Today, Spirit invited me to talk about faith. And it was very interesting because I woke up this morning with just a very sort of contracted and heavy feeling in my heart space. And it was weird. And I was actually quite surprised that I woke up feeling this way because last night I had went to bed feeling just so good, so at peace. I was so blissful, so grateful. I was in so much gratitude as I was falling asleep. And it was just strange that I woke up feeling so heavy. So when I sat down to tune in to understand where this tightness in my chest was coming from or what it was connected to, Spirit was showing me that there is a wave today of energy that is bringing things to the surface. It's bringing like another layer. It's bringing pieces of fragmented energy is how I'm seeing it, that you are still holding within your system. And it's really showing up in the heart space because that's primarily where I was feeling it, because the heart is the most revealing when it comes to fear specifically. So it has a very deep connection to fear. And fear actually really shows up in the heart space the most. So your heart and how your chest is feeling literally, whether you can catch a nice full breath or not, or you feel like your breaths are very shallow because you just feel like an elephant is sitting on your chest, or you feel this heaviness in your chest, that all comes from fear creeping up. So it's that fragmented energy is how I'm seeing it, like little shattered pieces of glass. And I'm literally seeing them like pushing through energetically, like pushing through the heart space. So they're like trying to come out, they're trying to release. And in order for you to release this, you have to get into faith. And there was a really powerful exercise. It literally just shifted me in like a matter of seconds. So as I was sitting in inquiring, asking my higher self, what is this tightness connected to? Why am I suddenly feeling this when I was feeling so good yesterday and even last night going to bed? And I started to speak my affirmations. I started to because that's what I felt guided to do. My higher self was just like, start affirming, say your usual stuff. So I started to say all the usual stuff that I've been using, like specific affirmations to reprogram my subconscious mind. And as I started to say those affirmations, it literally shifted within seconds. It shifted, and I saw this big blue flash in my mind's eye because my eyes were closed when I was doing this. Those blue flashes are always confirmation for me. So I saw this big blue flash. As soon as I got to the affirmation that I am safe, I am secure, I am protected by the divine, I am led and guided by the divine. And as I was moving through and just saying all these different things, it literally shifted instantly. Instantly, I felt this heaviness release. I was able to catch a nice full breath, and I just felt this expansive openness within my chest. And immediately Spirit was like, talk about faith, talk about faith. So I'm feeling very called to guide you back to your faith. Anything that you are feeling worried about, and specifically fear, okay? So worries, doubts, insecurities, all of those feelings are connected to fear. It is fear of something not working out, fear of you not receiving what you feel you deserve or what you should have, fear of not getting something that you really want in your life or having something that you really want in your life. And all of those fears are connected to ego. So when your ego tries to pull you back into that fear state, because that's what it's used to, because that's where it likes to hang out, and it wants you to stay in that energy, you have to move into faith immediately to cut that energy off in its tracks before you emotionally invest too much into it. Because as soon as you start to believe those thoughts, because I was hearing like, oh my gosh, I haven't healed this yet. What? Like, oh my goodness, I'm still here. Oh my goodness, I'm still stuck. Like all these like negative beliefs basically and statements started to sort of flood in. Move immediately into faith when these things come up. And it is nothing more than a release process. So when you feel the heaviness in your chest, it's not because you're going backwards. It's not because you haven't released something. It's not because you haven't worked through enough crap yet. It's simply little fragments, little shards of glass that you missed. that just didn't get swept up off the floor when that thing broke, when your heart broke, right? Little shattered pieces of and fragments of heart energy that has not been reintegrated yet into your heart space. That is what feels heavy. That's what makes you feel these sensations. And then because you feel these sensations, it scares us, right? Into believing that we haven't healed yet and we haven't overcome something yet. When in fact, you very well could have healed maybe 90, 95%, maybe even 99% of that thing within yourself already. But because that one little shard shows up, it freaks you out and it throws you right back in. And this is where the faith piece truly comes in. You sit, you observe, you go through some affirmations, you say the opposite of how you feel, and then you really move into faith. And as soon as I was reminded that the power of our Creator, the power of God, is beyond anything else, okay? It is beyond anything else in this universe, and that our silly little earthly fears that we have, it's like only the ego is naive enough to believe that it's insurmountable, that it's not something that can be overcome or not something that can be, fixed in an instant by God. So the moment I've moved back into faith and I reminded myself, and not only reminded myself, but I felt into that feeling of full and complete trust in God's work in my life, and that I am on track and everything is okay, and that this little fragment here that is showing up for me right now as heaviness, as a feeling of constriction within my heart, is nothing more than just a revelation of a little shard that I need to sweep out of there. And I swept it out of there with, like I said, positive affirmations, which helped to reaffirm, solidify, and ground me back into my own peace, ground me back into my own faith that no human, no external situation in my life can withhold or take from me what is divinely ordained, what is divinely meant to be in my life. So I feel very strongly this message of faith coming through today, and you needing to solidify your own faith within God, within yourself, actually, because I was reminded of that too while I was saying my affirmations. That was actually me taking my power back in that moment. And I was reminding myself of, I am very, very powerful, and I'm not going to let my ego pull me out of that power just because a small fragment came up for me to observe and release. Like, ridiculous. I'm not going to become powerless all of a sudden, and let myself go down that rabbit hole of worry or stress or anxiety or doubting my own capability of creating an incredible life for myself. When you have clarity and you know for sure what you desire, and you have complete clarity about what you are calling into your life, you best believe that's coming in. And having faith in yourself is the equivalent of having faith in God. Because if you are a spark of God, if you have that capability to move mountains, to create all kinds of miracles in your own life through your own faith in yourself, then the only thing that's going to get in the way of that is your ego. But you got to be submissive to that ego. You got to be willing to go back into that energy. So the question at the end of the day, with everything that I just said, is, are you willing to step back into that energy that pulls you down, that makes you feel like shit, that makes you feel like you are not worthy, that makes you doubt, that makes you not believe in your own capability to create wonderful things in your life? Remember that your attention and your focus, wherever that is directed, that is what you are calling in. So are you going to allow yourself to be sucked back into an old way of thinking? Because Uranus and Taurus right now, that's this from November 7th until the new year, Jan 26th, I believe. We're being called to very significantly reevaluate our inner dialogues, to reevaluate what we are committed to, what energies we are still falling back into that we know isn't serving us, that we know isn't moving us forward, that is keeping us in stagnation. So this Uranus, this very brief and very last, actually, because this is going to be the last time that Uranus is going to be in the sign of Taurus for the next 84 years. This is basically a final call from the universe for us to really look at the ways in which we hold ourselves back, really look at the energies that we entertain, that we allow ourselves to fall back into, that are not serving us, that are keeping us in stagnation, keeping us in limitation, keeping us 555 on the timer, my goodness, as I just looked at that, that are keeping us in restriction, constriction, limitation. So this is a full reevaluation over the next 3 months for us to move fully into faith, move fully into not only faith in God, like I said, but faith in ourselves, and to finally step out of once and for all. Like I said, this transit is not coming back for 84 years. So in our lifetime, literally every person that is alive today is not going to experience, I mean, maybe babies that are being born right now are going to experience this energy well into their 80s, but most of us adults are not going to be experiencing this energy again. So this is a very profound time. It is a very valuable time for us to really buckle down and really get empowered and really move into full embodiment of faith. And every single time that fear arises within you during this Uranus transit in Taurus, because Taurus, remember, connects to money, it connects to material possessions, it connects to the physical body, it connects to everything physical and tangible. So Taurus also connects to beauty, to fame, to luxury, abundance, all kinds of things that are material, the earth. It's a very earthy sign. So what is your relationship to those things? More importantly, what are the thoughts and feelings that you have about those things? Do you feel a lack of those things in your life? Do you feel an abundance of those things in your life? Do you feel doubtful about being able to call in those things in your life? This is a full examination of this. It's about becoming very, very aware of how you are holding yourself back. And I mentioned in yesterday's video that it is nothing outside of us, nothing external to us that is ever holding us back. It is only us. Us inside our own mental prisons, us keeping ourselves small when we are allowing ourselves to fall back into those dense, heavy energies of doubt, fear, worry, anxiousness, believing in things not working out for us when the complete opposite is true. The universe is constantly wanting for things to work out for you. And it is constantly orchestrating for things to work out for you in ways that you can't even imagine. And it really truly just requires our alignment, meaning that you need to be so deeply and firmly rooted and planted and grounded in faith that everything is always working out for you, which is one of my mantras, by the way, that nothing is going to shake you, nothing is going to move you out of that energy. And when something comes up like this, like it did for me too, and I was like, what the heck is this? And why is this here? And when you are inquisitive about it and you just ask your higher self to show you the truth of what this energy is right now and why are you feeling it? And when you move into the guidance that you receive from your intuition about how to overcome this, you're just kind of like following through on your intuitive nudges. Like for me, it was just like, start saying your mantras, start saying your affirmations. And as soon as I did, it shifted me out of the energy immediately. Like we are manifesting very quickly. We are calling in change and transformation very quickly. But it really does require our discernment, and it requires our effort, our conscious, purposeful effort to focus on the things that are moving us back into faith rather than away from faith. So that's what I wanted to talk about and mention in today's video, because the energy came up so suddenly, so unexpectedly. And I felt like I was sort of tapping into my YouTube family here, like the collective here that is a part of this channel, and I felt it. I felt it ripple throughout some of you. So this was definitely an energy that I think many of you are also feeling right now, and have an opportunity to move out of. This is nothing more than awareness. That's it. Your heart is reintegrating parts of itself. It is putting itself back together. And when these little shards, these little fragmented pieces that have been lost are coming up, that are still carrying an energy of wounding, of fear, specifically is what I'm seeing. It's like these little pieces are carrying these little low vibe frequencies of fear and worry, despair, abandonment, bullying. Like there's all kinds of different words that are coming to mind here. They're carrying these little fragments of energy. So when it comes up, you notice, you recognize it, you look at it, and then you say the complete opposite of what that feeling is. I am whole. I am beautiful. I am healthy. I am wise. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am faithful. I am intuitive. I am grounded. I am centered. And I have full faith in myself. And I have full faith in God's plan for my life. So try this little exercise. It's super simple, and it's a very, very quick way to pull yourself out of a negative rabbit hole that you're potentially about to fall into. Do not let yourself fall into it as soon as you feel any type of constriction or tightness in your heart or anywhere else in your body. Know and understand what is happening. There is just another piece coming up for integration, for review. It is asking you to have compassion for that little fragmented piece of yourself, and then release it and be like, thank you. I understand the lesson. I'm done with this. I don't need to feel this energy. I don't need to worry. I choose to stay in faith. I choose to stay in love, and I choose to be connected to the divine, which is guiding my life forward in every moment of every second. Even if I don't see external changes, even if I don't see any immediate results, I know that I am being guided forward. I know that I am being taken care of. Man, when you power up your faith, it is going to truly move mountains for you, and things are going to work out behind the scenes. And one day it'll just be like, boom, there it is. Because that's always how the divine works. The divine loves surprises, and it loves to surprise us. So things always just seem for a long time like nothing is happening on the surface. Like it's just like a seed, right? It's germinating underneath the soil for a long period of time. And then all of a sudden, one day, like, boom, there it is. And it's burst through the soil, and you have physical evidence of that faith. It shows up for you in a physical, tangible way. But you do need to have clarity about what you desire. You need to have a very firm idea. This is what I want, Spirit. This is where I would like to go, or this is what I would like to experience. So make sure that you put that order in correctly to the universe, and then you hold your faith like a son of a gun to that thing. Like you do not let it go. You do not let these thoughts or these feelings or these constrictions within your heart pull you back into spaces, into energies where you do not belong, spaces and energies that you have outgrown. Okay, so I feel like that's a really great place to end this transmission, this channeling. Stay clear, stay faithful, and you will see the results of your labor. You will see the fruits of your faith. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I love you all, and I will see you very soon in the next video.